Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Scorpio. If Scorpio is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. Okay, and let's see what do these tea leaves have to say today. All right. So if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. It is free, and we would love to have you here as part of the community at the channel. And I just want to say that I'm supposed to say these through the video. I forget to ask people to subscribe though. But for sure, definitely that. And if, you know, at any point you're like, oh, this reading really resonates, please think about liking the video too. It does help the channel so much. It helps us grow, grow, grow. So, our card for tonight is the 6 of Cups. All about pleasure. It is a beautiful, beautiful card. And that which is very much Scorpio. Definitely Scorpio vibes. So, with this energy, we really do. We have the pursuit of kind of more, right? Really fulfilling ourselves, following our fancies, you know, really looking for experiences that are of sensation, that are emotionally fulfilling, you know, adventure, fantasy, immersion, really being fully in the thing. Okay. And, you know, I feel like this is kind of a vibe made for Scorpio. Maybe Leo, maybe, I don't know, some of the other ones, some of us other ones, I guess. But definitely Gemini, I guess, would be another, but, definitely Scorpio. So let's look and see. What do we have? I first see somebody who is, it looks like maybe walking. They're holding a large fish. Okay, so we do immediately have a sign of abundance. We have two other people. Both have arms raised. We almost have kind of this this image of like clouds and little birds, and I almost imagine being by the ocean, you know, and out there fishing, out there with buckets full of fish or whatever. We have kind of, it could be little buckets here, but whatever it is kind of this beautiful seaside imagery. And I feel like there is just a feeling of, well, if you've ever been anywhere that is quite by the water, it doesn't just have to be the ocean. This could be a large lake or, you know, a bay or something like this. There is a sense of kind of the atmosphere of the loud water. Okay, if it's by the ocean, it's probably salty. Okay, we hear the birds, we hear the breeze, and it's different than if you are, you know, maybe in the desert, a different kind of environment. Here I live on the, well, I like to say I live on the tundra, but I live out on the plains, and you know, the sound, it may be kind of windy, but there's a different atmosphere to the actual environment. So I feel that you're in a place where, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but when I get into the area of the ocean, when you come over the hills and you get into the lower land, getting close to the sea or to a large lake, and I'm thinking of the Great Lakes because I've been to those. You come over and you get in closer and closer, and you feel the water in the air. You can feel the salt in the air. There is a energetic feeling that you cannot ignore. It is very much, you are insulated in this place that is completely connected to this large body of water. Okay, it's like your interior waters flow with it, right? The ebb and flow of it all with the tides. And as you go about your business, you feel very connected with the space around you. How could you not, right? And so I feel like this is kind of the energy you are looking for. Not just that it's with the water, although we have the cups, so maybe it is. Maybe you need to go to the water in some capacity. But I really feel like more than that, it's about going to a place where you can be out of your regular environment, where you can really fully get into the thing, okay? We just took my daughter to her first, well, it's not her first play, but it was the first time she could sit through something. And she was captivated, absolutely mesmerized by it, so into it. And, you know, she's 3.5. You know how 3.5-year-olds are. They wiggle around and they can't sit still. And she was absolutely just watching this thing. It was over 2 hours long. And I just couldn't believe, I forget what that's like to be so transfixed by something. And, you know, you're watching this thing, you feel like you are, you know, you're in the fantasy. And this is kind of the same energy that I'm talking about. I feel like you just really go to something, go find something, a movie, go to the movie theater, go see a concert, something that just stimulates you, you know, on every sensory level, right? You're fully there. A play, some kind of, you know, I don't know. The other thing that I talk about sometimes is that we've done recently, my husband and I, are escape rooms. It's, you know, we're late on the trend, but they're fun. They're fun because it's, you know, the puzzle stuff, the logic and the figuring things out. That's fun. But also being kind of in this, you know, in a room that it's something completely different than your normal day. You know, they're all themed and stuff. And so anyways, I can feel like this urge to do something different. It doesn't have to be anything expensive. I'm not saying you have to go, you know, shell out like $300 to go to some big concert, or, you know, take a vacation, you know, to some other place. But I think finding something somehow, even reading a book, you know, if you are somebody who can get really engaged in literature, in fiction or whatever, listening to, you know, like an audiobook or whatever, whatever it is, I think that this is a good time to let yourself just exist in the pleasure of it all. And when I see the fish, I feel like, you know, well, this is abundance, right? But I think there is a wealth of emotional resources here for you. Okay. You know, I think that we often look at these kinds of things as a big luxury. In a lot of ways, okay, they are, you know, doing these leisurely, you know, excursions or events or whatever. At the same time, and this is me speaking as somebody who I used to live in a city and stayed there for many years just because there was so much music and art. And I was obsessed with going out to see different bands and shows and whatever. I never thought I could live without it. It was really, you know, and if I lived there again, I would be doing the same thing probably. I just love going and seeing things, seeing art being made, seeing music being made. And I think it's, you know, we look at it as something that is, and it is a privilege, but it is something that is like an extra to life. Well, I think, and this is just my little opinion, that it is a necessity for us to be experiencing creativity, a necessity for us to step out of the regular routine, the norm, to go on a journey, mind, body, soul, right? And that's what art is for. That's what movies are for. That's what music is for. That's what, you know, I don't know, like those deprivation tank things. I've never used one, but my husband has. He said it was cool. Shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband over there, Paul. Wonderful reader. Go check him out. He says they're cool. So I trust him. And, you know, but anything, whatever it is, camping, you know, just going somewhere that feels like a different life for even just a moment, takes you to a different place for even just a moment. And within that, we draw upon this kind of, well, it's the collective unconscious. It's that primordial ocean of unconscious things we see and feel and experience, you know, new symbols and archetypes and scenarios, ordeals and allegories and all of the things. Okay, this is where those things really potently play out. It's important for us. Important, a must, that we at times kind of like Alice in Wonderland, you know, go down the rabbit hole a little bit. Go find somewhere else to be for a little while. See where the universe takes you. What beautiful gifts you might find. I promise you, it will be worth it. And listen, I'm talking to Scorpio, and you all are, you're explorers, you're brave, you're experimental, you're good at facing your fears and being a little uncomfortable, and, you know, and so it doesn't surprise me. And I see a person here standing and into a gateway, right? I almost see this now as like there are kind of walls and the gateway up into the gardens. It is something so beautiful. Now, let's see if we turn this. Let's see what we have. What do we have? Oh, it kind of looks like a large spider. Okay, we have the spider. Oh, a most blessed symbol, especially in my house. I call this the spider house. I love spiders. And so, the weaver of dreams. Yes. That night visitor. Yes. And so, here we are, and I believe through this journey, it almost looks like a squid kind of too. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, it kind of looks like a squid. Maybe Cthulhu is coming to see it. I don't think Cthulhu is a squid. He's there are a bunch of them, but I don't know. I don't know the mythology, the Lovecraft mythology. I'm going to be honest with you. I forget if Cthulhu is one creature or many, if it's a species or race of them or whatever. I don't remember. But yes, I think it's an octopus. A ineffable terror, I think, is what it really is. Oh, hello, TT. And so anyways, we're sticking with the spider because this is the spider house. And so, this is a visitor. This is the visitor that blesses us with, the most vivid and important dreams or visions that we can have. There will be a space of, prophecy, prediction, omen, sign symbols, synchronicities coming through for you, and it will be very important. And this makes sense that it coincides with this other work that you're doing. Okay, I think that you have to get a little bit loose of the constraints of whatever is going on in your life right now. Just a little bit, not to spiral. Okay, I'm not saying go get on one for a while. Don't do that. I'm just saying, go do something fun. Go do something that opens your heart a little bit. You unclench the jaw, let this stress slip away, and the dreams will come, and that will be important. And I see that, and I see that. I almost think if you are a person that works in talisman sigils or sacred objects, creating them, make something for the spider goddess. Okay. Let's see. We have birds. We have somebody standing beneath these birds. We have even, it looks like a seagull here. The messages. And this one feels like, like a mother. I get this feeling like it's like a mother or grandmother who there's maybe been a stressed relationship here. I imagine them young though. Almost in kind of a farm place or like a garden. Something kind of lush, overgrown. Listening to the birds, looking up at the trees and thinking about how they're going to escape their circumstances. That they've gone through some things that they weren't able to talk to you about. But it shaped kind of them, it made them a little hard, or at least you perceived them to be hard. And it was pain. But there is this moment, this sweetness that I see, and it was the moment they decided to go. And there was so much hope in that. And if you see it or not, if you can forgive them or not for whatever transpired between the two of you, even if you are really close with them, but there's still that kind of like, I wish I had a mother who was more, soft with me, kind, warm and embraced me, and, didn't ridicule me, or wasn't, didn't have such unreachable standards or whatever. But there's like this feeling of of such bravery on their part to change, to get out of their life, their circumstances. And that's what led to them being able to, have you, or at least be with you, to give you the life that you had, even if it was troubled. And this one feels really intense just thinking about this. And, I think just never being able to talk to you about it in a real way, even if you knew, even if you had some inclination of, but I think that there's just such a love there. And just kind of almost, it seems like a really kind of stoic person. There's just this feeling of, embracing and loving you, embracing you in their own way. And that seems so important to just talk about here for a moment. And I don't really even know what the message is, except for, they did everything for you. If it was, if it worked or if it didn't, if it was the right thing or if it wasn't, there was intention there, to provide for you in some way. And so anyways, gosh, it feels really emotional. And, there's just there's like a really intense smell of, like almost like lemongrass maybe, or maybe it's just, I don't know. It's kind of a, it's a fresh smell, but it's very, like herbaceous. Okay. Sometimes these ones are just, the other night I had another one where it was kind of like this, where it was, cinnamon. I could smell, like candy or something, some kind of candy, which was interesting. Okay, so anyways, let's, I get into these, I can see these things, I get lost in them. It's, it's hard. But, as I've done more and more readings, and I read every day, it seems like, and this is what they say, right? If you have to use it or you lose it. And I'm practicing constantly. So, I feel like I get into these I get off on these drifty visions and messages and things. And if you are somebody who is, inclined to divination, or we're having, little interactions with whatever it is, how much that can pull you into it. Okay, so we have the Cincy Child affirmation cards. Okay, and it says, I believe in myself on the side of them, and I love that, and I love that. So, Miss TT, I wish I could show you. She's sitting here like just a little princess. And now we're going to flip through and stop where it feels right. I'm going to turn it over. It says, I am kind to myself and others. Yes, I love that. It's all about the kindness. We talked about this in a reading the other day. It's not about being nice. Being nice is something else. Being kind to others, being just aware of other people's existence. honoring one another, trying to be of service to one another within reason, within your ability, right? That kindness is the thing that, it's the only thing I think that will make this world any more than it is. The love, the kindness, being charitable with your time and empathies for people, where you can, Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for spending this time with me, Scorpio. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. And it is free to subscribe. We would love to have you here as part of the community, of course. And if you would like to leave a comment, I read all of them. They mean so much to me. I would love to hear from you. And so with that, I will say goodbye, good night. I love you. Take care of yourself. We will talk again real soon.